Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi, and I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting show for you guys that we definitely want you guys to stick around for. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, as y'all know, the Lakers are easily the most talked about team in the NBA. It's not even close. One would think it would be maybe the Golden State Warriors, who have a massive fan base, team that just won the NBA championship last season, huge fan base. Some would thought, okay, maybe it'll be the Golden State Warriors or another team. But the fact of the matter is, day in and day out, a lot of the big shows go up there and recycle a lot of Laker topics. Sometimes I've seen shows go out there and talk about, oh, I saw LeBron James on the sideline drinking wine, right? What does that mean? I saw LeBron walk in this way and then turn his head that way. What does it mean? Is he fed up with his team? I mean, all kind of lazy, boring, redundant topics. And it's something that a lot of NBA fans have complained about. If you're on the internet, if you're on YouTube, and you watch a lot of videos and you read the comments, people are like, man, is there anything else to talk about? Can you guys talk about anything else? Are there other teams? For example, on our channel, some people have criticized us because we talk about, a range of topics, but we don't cover all the teams. And I'm like, we can't talk about every single team, but we try to talk about a range of things. And if you go on our channel, the video library is up there, and you can see our topics vary from topic to topic. We rarely discuss the Lakers because they're not really a big draw on our channel, although we have a good amount of Laker fans on our channel. But I think people on our channel are interested in news and other things and debate. Sometimes we'll talk about the Lakers when we feel there's a relevant story, but it's not like our crux. We don't go to it every single day and we just keep, pressing the Laker button, press of the Laker button. But that's something you see. You look at shows like Undisputed every single day. They're going to talk about the Lakers, whether the topic is good, whether it's not, they're going to talk about them. And it's something that a lot of NBA fans are complaining about. So yesterday, I was watching an episode or a segment of First Things First, right? With Nick Wright, Kevin Wiles, and Chris Broussard. And they were reacting to the Laker game. And on one particular segment, they were talking, and then Kevin Wiles was like, wait a minute. Like, why is it all we do is talk about the Lakers, even in a game when they lost to a Clippers team, instead of us talking about how good of a coach Ty Lue is and how good the Clippers played, we're up here talking about the Lakers. And this is something that NBA fans complain about, and it was something that jarred Nick Wright when he heard that. So for those of you who didn't hear this exchange, what we want to do is want to play it for you now. And then we're going to come back and give you guys our thoughts. Take a listen to what Kevin Wiles had to say there.
Looked great last night. 17 and 13, dunking, scoring inside. So those things would give me pause if I'm a Lakers. I'm not writing them off, but I'm just saying my antennas were raised from last night.
We all like Ty Lue here. And if I was Ty Lue watching this show, I'd be like, don't I deserve some credit? I just continually beat this team.
Yeah,
I'm in LA. And all I do is win, and then you guys start the show with LeBron and how great LeBron looked.
Well, hold on, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but that's LeBron deserved pride. That was
he did. I totally agree. The back-to-back, he's 38. I totally buy it. I just feel like we are so Lakers-centric, and some of the media criticism, like that comes from online about television shows like ours. Like all you do is talk about the Lakers, and it's like, well, LeBron's a big star.
Well, wait a second.
But Ty Lue deserves credit.
No, listen, I wanted Ty Lue to coach the Lakers, but there was a time where the Clippers were a lead story on all these shows, where the Clippers were the team of LA, where the Clippers were the favorites.
Where smart people picked the Clippers.
Yeah, smart people. People that had a hell of a lot more than faith of 6 out of 10 in their beloved Clippers. And then the Clippers all over themselves repeatedly. And they lost that benefit of the doubt, and Kawhi's decision to opt out of NBA superstardom by load managing to an extent like we've never seen.
But can I push? Like he didn't last night. He played the entire second half.
Correct.
So that narrative should be dead. And then Ty Lue, at what point, if you're Ty Lue, like, man, when are they going to start talking about me? How many times? 15 in a row?
Hold on a second.
20 in a row? I've won 11 in a row.
I gave him some. I was responding to Nick.
No,
I gave him some props.
Wait, hold on. Let's stay here for a second. This is a frustrating thing because you know who wanted Ty Lue to coach the Lakers, right? LeBron James. And he didn't get his way and he got Frank Vogel. And then some people on a lot of shows, then said, why didn't Frank Vogel get respect? Why is Frank Vogel, now he's the fall guy? All these things. And now the answer to when the Clippers beat the Lakers is, why don't we give Ty Lue more respect? Some of us have been calling Ty Lue one of the best coaches in basketball since he got a raw deal in Cleveland. Now, if I may just very quickly respond to Brew's point. Brew, if your point is, the Clippers might be able to match up well with the Lakers in a playoff series. I would agree, but the only place they'd be able to meet is the conference finals. So I would feel differently about last night.
Caliber of team. Mm-hmm. This is the first time in weeks they faced this caliber of team, and they got run off the floor.
And so, okay, all right. I think if you're a Lakers fan, your hope for the postseason is Anthony Davis be healthy and LeBron be able to get to a gear that he got to in the second half last night.
So you heard what Kevin Wallace had to say. Basically, he's like, yo, people are tired of it. It's not that there's no interest in the Lakers. I think what people don't like is that the media is going to talk about the Lakers, whether they're good or they're not. It's like whether they deserve it or not, we're still going to talk about the Lakers. This is something that Charles Barkley has complained about on TNT. He's like, why are we talking about a team that's not any good? To me, I understand that the Lakers drive ratings. And I think that, for instance, when you see a Nick Wright say something like, oh, well, even though the Lakers lost, I mean, I think people will say literally anything to, gain ratings. Nick Wright said, by this time, the Lakers would be the 6th seed. And he said that the Clippers would have fell out of the playoffs. There would be somewhere in the play-in tournament, or I missed the entire playoffs. Then the Lakers play the Clippers. They lose to them. They end up being the 7th seed. Clippers move up to the 5th seed. And Nick Wright comes out there and says, I feel more confident than ever in the ability of the Lakers. And I think that they're taking a lot of Laker fans for a ride. I think they're telling you guys what they think you guys want to hear, that the Lakers are good and they're going to win no matter what, instead of just keeping it straight up with you guys and telling you, okay, this team is good, but they're not as good as we're making them out to making them out to be. To me, I am still surprised that of all the people talking about sports, there's so few original ideas. What am I talking about? You mean to tell me everybody thinks the same thing? Wait a minute. Everybody thinks the same thing across the spectrum? No one has an independent thought there. No one is going to say, okay, nah, I'm going to call cap on all of this. No one? I mean, it's just amazing how, like, it's just like one opinion on TV. It's like one opinion being repeated by different people. And then I think that's the reason why you see independent creators like us get so much pushback, because we come out here and we give a wide range of views. And some of these fans who are used to hearing this particular type of speech, they hear us talk and they're like, no, you guys are hating. Da, 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 da. I'm like, no, you're just getting a different opinion from what you're used to hearing. To me, I just think that to answer the question, a Wild's question while we talk, I think it's lazy producing. I mean, we produce the shows here. It takes a lot of time to think of good topics. And yes, you understand there's some things that drive views, but it doesn't mean that there are other things out there that you could talk about that won't drive views. You don't have to do the same thing over and over. To me, it's just lazy producing. It just means you have to spend more time thinking of more interesting topics. If you ask me, the guys in the independent space make way better content in terms of just topics. Way more interesting, way more engaging, way more interesting topics. There's so much news that comes out every single day, for example, around the NBA, that none of these guys really touch on. There's so much news. I mean, we'll cover a story today. In a week from now, that's when they'll pick up on it. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? And it's becoming predictable. It's becoming predictable. You can almost pencil it in. Every single day, they're going to talk about the Lakers. And it's becoming redundant and stale. And this is the reason why people's tastes and behavior is shifting. They're going to other sources. They're tired of hearing the same thing, especially when you're going to get the same opinion. 10 people think the same thing. How is this possible? How is it possible? So to me, I think he brings up a very important point, but I don't think it's something that's going to stop. Right? I don't think it's something that's going to stop. On YouTube, for example, you just can't press the Laker button and think you're going to get views. A lot of fans, and to me, it's quite it's quite comical when you have people that don't know anything about sports media coming on our channel arguing with, oh, you're doing this to get views. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. They don't know what the hell they're talking. If you ask these guys to go build a YouTube channel and get 1,000 subscribers, they cannot do it. But they'll tell you, oh, this is what you're doing. They don't have a clue of what it takes. You think about, oh, if you just put like LeBron James in the title, the video does well. It don't work like that. Maybe for some channels it does, but it generally doesn't work like that. It generally doesn't. So he brings up a good point. Do I think it's going to make them stop? No. It's like a cash cow, and they're making money on you Laker fans' heads. They beating you in the head, as we say. It was just say in New York, y'all getting beat in the head. If you don't know what it means, go ask somebody. Y'all getting beat in the head. Because basically, if whether or not they think it's true or not, they're gonna say it anyway because they know y'all gonna tune in and watch and gobble it up and eat it up and then come up here and start. That's why they'll say stuff like Laker fans will believe anything. Oh, we can beat the Suns. Oh, we can beat this and we can beat the. They just do it to get you guys. Nick Rice said, "I give the Lakers the best chance to come out of the West." And people will run with it. Like, oh yeah, they'll run with it. So. To me, I just think it's a grift. But what I want to know from you guys is, what do you think about the points that he made? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we'll catch you guys on the next show.